happening. We say good morning to Charlotte Hawkins.
Thank you, Eamon. Top NHS managers have received pay rises more than double those given to nurses, according to new research.
With that, we go to the front pages of the newspapers. Let's have a look at those. Sky News Sunrise on a Monday morning. Good morning to you, John Nicholl. He's got the newspapers coming your way very shortly. Leading the news, what else is happening news-wise? Then we'll have John with the papers right after this from Charlotte.
Thanks, Eamon. Labour will launch its election manifesto this morning with proposals for a major shake-up of public services. The proposals could see...
Should you not say that, Charlotte?
Well, just because they can
Confucius,
come true.
he say, your dreams are just
My
a load
words of
of hot
wisdom
air.
this morning.
Thank you very much indeed. And here comes John Nicholl with the newspaper. Sensitive story we begin with, because organ donation is something that people have to be encouraged to do. A lot of people, the body is defaced and whatever. Sensitive.
Well, and that was one of
these systems within.
Actually, I mean, in this case, I think it was just people who ticked it on their driving licence, wasn't it? So people don't need to worry that, however they joined the register, that this could apply to them, because it was only a very specific case.
It was a specific case, but it's the ramifications of the mistake that carry across, where people might be thinking, I'm not going to join that register anymore.
Okay. If you're in Holland, the bureaucrats who think this up and think this...
And if it's raining, I believed that you could park...
Coy leaving the Grand National on his mobile phone, having taken part in the greatest steeplechase on earth and having won it. Would you have booked him if you...
Yes,
you would have. You would have.
I absolutely would have.
I absolutely would not have.
That's because you're a rule breaker.
No, it's because I would use common sense.
True, you can't knock somebody over while you're on the phone.
He wouldn't have.
Well,
he just negotiated 44 fences, didn't he, about knocking anybody over?
Says no.
Anyway, that'll get you talking this morning. Sky News Sunrise, John Nicholl back in an hour. The website, skynews.com, aiming high. Why? All those details as they come in.
Thanks, Eamon. There's been a bomb blast outside an army barracks near Belfast. The base is also the headquarters of MI5 in Northern Ireland. One person's reported injured.
Right. So before we move on, what about Tony McCoy and his parking? What was it? His mobile phone ticket?
Yeah, he basically, when he finished winning at Aintree,
the greatest steeplechase in the world, endangering his life over 44 fences.
He got caught by the police as he was leaving on his mobile phone while he was driving.
Driving out of the racecourse.
Driving out of the racecourse. You suggested perhaps because of his big win, police should have let him off on this occasion.
Well, I think a bit of discretion.
Any support at all? We've got a lot of emails in, actually. Do you want me to read some of them out?
Not really. Didn't expect any. Thanks very much. Front pages of the papers. The money has run out of the meter there, and the camera link has stopped, but it was nice while it lasted. The bus with David Cameron on its way to Reading. It is amazing. You've got to admire John Nicholl, though, that whatever you think of any of these guys' policies, the photo opportunities they put themselves
the kissing of babies, this whole process. And then they've got 5 years of government ahead of them as well.
Now, it's only been 1 week of electioneering so far. How long has it felt to speak English?
Well,
none of them speak direct.com. John Nicholl's views are not necessarily those of Sky News. At Eamon Holmes, at Sky Charlotte as well for the tweets. Here is Charlotte with what else is happening news-wise. Then we'll have John with his views of what's happening with the newspapers.
Thank you, Eamon. There's been a bomb blast outside an army barracks near Belfast. The base is also the headquarters of MI5 in Northern Ireland. One person's reported injured by the blast, which is being...
I wouldn't have, but then I'm just a nice guy.
You do seem to be in the minority.
Well, yes, I am. Nice guys are in the minority.
In the minority.
It's called discretion.
No, it's called breaking the law.
Oh, get a life. Anyway, John Nicholl, he's here with the newspaper. The first one's in Manchester this week, and you've got to be conducted properly.
Listen, what I hadn't realised, there's no applause, no booing, no cheering.
Yeah,
it's madness.
Believe when the red light goes on, you can do anything you want. So let's say, oh, sorry, did I applaud during that? Did I boo? Did I hiss? There's nothing much they can do about it. Next, we go to... the wrong person.
Well, yeah, yes, but...
Obey the law. So PC Brayson's problem was he just didn't hit this guy hard enough, really, is what he should have done.
Or maybe he didn't allow himself in Charlotte.
Maybe as good as taking a pill to kill pain. Some people get off on fondling cash.
Well, apparently...
after work, fine.
Counties what?
Exactly.
Well, so this is the...
Shakespeare.
Well, Oh Romeo, there's a new production standard about twittering at all, to be perfectly honest.
Oh, it's a whole world out there. It's very interesting. Yes.
Is it? How many followers have you got?
Oh, I don't want to put it like this.
General
I have
terms.
10 times.
Scott.
I've got. How many have I got now? About
3,000, 3,500.
I think.
It's not bad for somebody unknown. I do think it's. we could increase those. This could be good. Just good at Sky
would
Charlotte follower.
Would you really be interested in
well, there's an economy of language.
Economy of language.
Okay. John, thank you very much indeed. Thank you. That's John Nichol with What's in the Papers. This is Sky News Sunrise. The website is skynews.com. Tigers, centre stage there. Here with the sports headlines, Sarah Jane Mee.
Thanks very much, Abe.
Sarah.
Phone just off. Matthew He says no chance, it's still a driving offence whether you're famous or not. Simon L, Grand National's not a reason to let someone off. He says I may as well say I won an egg and spoon race at school. Should I be let off for driving?
Extenuating circumstances, well, perhaps the man's hormones were all racing over the place as well.
You never know. Still not an excuse from lots of people this morning, but
yeah. Okay, that's what you like to do. We'll take a break. We'll be back talking more after this. What's happening news-wise? Charlotte's got the very latest on that.
Thanks, Eamon. There's been a bomb blast outside an army barracks near Belfast. The base is also the headquarters of MI5 in Northern Ireland. One person's reported injured by the Eamon's suggestion that perhaps he should have been let off lightly because of his win. Stephen McLean...
Let off lightly. He should have been given a ticking off, not 3 points or £30 fine.
Nobody...
So you say he's given a ticking off. He wasn't. He was fined. He's been criminalised.
He was dealt with in the right manner because he broke the law. But everyone... this guy, Stephen McLean, is actually speaking in defence of you. He says, I think he could have been given a friendly warning, perhaps just saying, when I see you riding the National using your mobile is the next time you can drive with a mobile.
Very good idea. Or an unfriendly warning would have been fine. I just think it's somehow, there's just a lack of common sense, isn't there? Well, we're doing things like this. However, no one has to agree with it. It reminds me, I need a bit of timber. Bit of hole in the fence, the back garden. Just amazing what these politicians get to. This is John and this is Dom, and they have been cycling along the Tropic of Cancer. Absolutely amazing story. After a rundown of what else is happening news-wise, Charlotte with those details.
Eamon, thank you. And reports in the last few minutes that the real IRA has claimed responsibility for a bomb blast outside an army barracks near Belfast. Well, that base is also the headquarters of MI5 in Northern Ireland. The
other one's just had a hard paper round. John, well, to highlight this cancer that you have, double cancer survivor we call you, in what ways did this cancer materialise for you?
When,
if that was the situation with me and you had treatment then obviously for that and everything's okay, you've got the
fingers
crossed, well done to you. But if that was me and I was told that, I think the last thing I'd then want to do is sit on a bicycle saddle for 8,000, what, kilometres or miles? It's still a long way.
It was just over 8,000 miles, but it...
Some of the route here, because, Dom, you can accept the race. I mean, it is. It's what, 1.5 miles square or something,
It's so small, actually. You're fast on
terrifying.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
Absolutely terrible.
Are there any traffic lights in Cairo? If there were, I didn't see it.
If there were, they ignore them.
They ignore
them. Potholes.
And then we look at the Rudy brother we're talking about here. We're all talking about all men, and this is what your awareness is about now.
Yeah, absolutely. I think...
to that voice in your head, but probably there's a lot of chaps out there who you know, are reluctant to go to the doctor, are reluctant to sort of admit that maybe there is something
Exactly.
wrong.
I think men can be quite bravado about these things. They might have a family, they might be busy in their work life, they might not want to let people down. But the key facts we're looking at, and you can carry on with a normal life. I feel now that I'm stronger than I was before, and yeah.
Well, they're only home a couple of days, we do have to say, as you can probably guess by the state of John's shirt.
And my hair.
We're all gathered together with Miss Hannah Fernando before she gives birth, which will be on Election Day.
Around Election Day.
Okay, that will be the big... and here she is, the news editor of Heat magazine, with the showbiz stories in the newspapers today. And the first one concerns a bar bill.
It does. £10,000 have £10,000.
Was it a special occasion?
Well, not particularly.
A lot.
A lot of champagne.
Yes,
They were having a good time. He bought it all for his friends. Very generous man.
Not when it's £10,000.
Yeah, they probably feel, no, that's enough for free drinks.
Only 4 hours as well.
That's good going.
Yeah, it's very good going.
Now, I'm very, very amazed at... You said you didn't know how it was happening.
I'm just eating less. I'm not doing any exercise, honest.
He must be doing something because she just has literally transformed in front of our eyes.
She does. Very well done to her. There's
a big surprise.
We've got a book on it, so to speak. Thank you very much indeed, Sarah Jane. Thank you, Charlotte. Thank you for watching this morning. We'll be back tomorrow morning to do it all again. It's the Live Desk next with Sarah Hughes.